Hello guys, so you just experienced me driving a Lamborghini for the first time, and I gotta say, it was a pretty incredible moment. I still, every time I think back to that day, I still feel like I'm still driving it, and it was incredible. Like, it wasn't just incredible for me, even like the people in the street, because it's not that common of, you don't see Lamborghinis every day in Lisbon, and people like they would ask me to rev the car when I'm driving and do all this, and then you just see grown men getting so excited as if they were children, and it was a blessed experience, I gotta admit. Now, I feel like I really need to share with you guys this, because the whole point of me posting that video is not to flex. It's like I said, I want to show you guys the experiences that I go through, so you can see, you don't need to be special, you don't need to come from a wealthy family, you don't need to, be the smartest person in the room in order to experience certain things in life. And that's essentially, you can actually experience them with me when I post them. Now, the most important takeaway that I want to give you from that is why or how it happened, and I gotta say, like, to me, I gotta thank God for the experience, because to me that was 100% God. I know some of you don't believe in God, and that is fine. I'm not here to convince you or say, you should believe in God, no, because I'm not better than you for believing in God, and you're not worse than me for not believing in God. I'm just giving you my opinion of how the story went down, so listen tightly. So, on the day that I'm coming from Lisbon to Manchester, from Manchester to Lisbon, I'm there checking in my luggage, and I see this lady. She needed to get something into her check-in luggage again. She had this perfume, and she couldn't. The lady at the check-in desk, she wasn't really trying to help her. She was like, "Oh no, I already dispatched the bag. I can't bring it back, love." And then the lady that was helping me, like, from the airport, asked her, "Is she going to Lisbon?" And then the girl went, "Yeah, I don't know, but I can ask her." So long story short, she went there, she asked her, and the lady ended up putting a perfume in my bag. And then when we landed in Lisbon, I gave her perfume. So I helped someone. Okay, cool. Now, incident number 2, I'm on the plane. I'm putting my backpack in the overhead compartment, and this, if you've been on the flight from Manchester to Lisbon, you always have those aunties, on the plane, and they're always going to ask you for something because they see a black guy and they just think you're their nephew, and they feel more comfortable approaching you than some random person. And this auntie comes and she asks me, "Oh son, can you please help me put my luggage in the overhead compartment? I don't have the strength." I was like, "Don't worry, I got you." So I pick up the bag, I put it down the overhead compartment. Then a few minutes later, she comes back. She asks me, "Oh, when we land, can I please ask you for a favor? Can you please bring my bag, my suitcase, and the other girl's suitcase she was with?" Because the girl, she wasn't feeling too well. I think she had the diabetes or something, and she wasn't feeling well. She said, "Can you please bring our 2 suitcases down from the stairs to the ground? Because if you don't help us, I don't know how I'm gonna do that." And I'm like, "Hey, cool, relax, don't worry, I'm here, I'm gonna help you." And actually, I didn't really have a suitcase. I only had like a backpack, because the other bag that I had, I put it onto the check-in. So I was like, cool, there's no reason why I shouldn't help, because my parents, they always taught me this way. When I was like 9, 10 years old, I used to live in Lisbon. Whenever I used to see my neighbors, like, because I had some like 2, 3 old neighbors, whenever I used to see them with some grocery bags, I used to go down, help them bring their bags all the way up, and and I always used to get rewarded, obviously, because they loved us, like me and my sisters. But that's not even the point, I was just doing that because that's how I've been raised, that's how I've been taught. But anyway, now, there was a third incident on the plane now. So you can already see how this is lining up. There was a third incident on the plane. I'm on the plane, and I go to the toilet. I'm coming back, and I see a crowd of people. This was literally in like 30 seconds time. It only took like 30 seconds to go to the toilet and came back. I see a crowd of people like around my seat, and I'm thinking, right, what's going on? You know, am I not allowed to go back to my seat now? And as I get closer, I see this lady laying on the floor. I was like, shit. You know, I'm thinking this has something to do with Corona, you know, because it's 2020, coronavirus, it's mad, you know. But no, it wasn't Corona. The lady, she had an epilepsy. I think that's what I said. Epilepsy. She was epileptic. So she had an epilepsy attack, and she, you know, I think she passed out and she was bleeding from her mouth or nose, something like that. And they sat her down, obviously, because she passed out right next to my seat. They sat down like in the seat in front of mine, in front of my seat. So what happens is, she didn't speak any English. So whenever like the head hostess or anyone from the crew of the plane used to come and ask her for like, oh, are you taking any medication, or do you need this, that, blah blah blah, I was the one translating. So I was doing like 3-4 good deeds in just one flight. It's amazing how you can help people's lives and you don't even realize, because it doesn't really take much in doing that. And I feel like I didn't do anything out of the ordinary, because any person with decent principles would have done the same thing. You know, I'm not perfect. I'm not saying like I'm this great guy, because no, like I do some pretty bad things too, and yeah, I got some flaws like anyone else. So what happens is, I help the lady, I get out of the plane, I'm going home, I'm on the car home, yeah, I'm thinking, yeah, I'm gonna go home, get changed, go gym with my friend. Then all of a sudden, my phone rings. I pick up the phone, like, hello, it's my friend talking, and he goes, oh, Ignacio, I have something to ask you. I was like, go on. He goes, do you want to go on a ride in a Lambo? I was like, what? What? I was like, what? Are you for real? Wait. Did you just ask me, do I want to go for a ride in a Lambo? In a Lamborghini? The car, you know, the machine. The guy's like, yes, you want to go for a ride in a Lamborghini? I was like, come on, are you really asking me that? Just tell me the time and the place and I'll be there. You know, don't need to tell me twice. But the funny thing is, when I was on the plane and I had some, you know, peace and quiet when no one was asking me for any favors, I thought, yeah, I'm gonna do some work. And I opened my laptop, and actually I didn't have anything to do. But now, if you know me, or if you know my laptop, if you've seen my laptop before, you'll know that my screensaver on my laptop is this. A Lamborghini Huracan. As you can see. Now, I just sat there staring at the Lambo for 5-10 minutes straight. Just imagine me driving down the street, you know, with my Lambo. How would it be? And it's crazy. And to get that phone call after, you know, at the time I didn't even think about it. But when I got after the experience, I got home. I sat down. I was like, shit, you know. It's crazy how God works. Because like, same day I've been doing all these things that I didn't need to do them. Like, for example, the girl that I helped her put stuff in my bag, I didn't need to help her because, you know, it was her fault that she didn't put it in the check-in bag. But I just, you know, thought, if I can help, why not? And then I was just thinking about this, and then someone else kind of helps me because, you know, that is helping. And God is allowing me to experience stuff that, you know, this just makes me grind even more, motivates me even harder. And if you follow me on my trading Instagram, which is Money Market Games, I'm going to put a link down below to my socials anyway in the description. You will see something that I just wrote on a post where I talk about me making the biggest dollar amount, well, not dollar, pound, making the biggest money amount in one single day so far in trading. And it's just, you know, when God allows you to see something, it's because He has it in store for you. Because you think about it, if you want like a piece of chocolate, you're a kid, you want a piece of chocolate, and you ask your dad for a piece of chocolate, and your dad says no, or he doesn't give it to you, do you think he would just be walking around waving that chocolate piece in your face and not give it to you? Like, I mean, That would be pretty cruel if you're a parent and you did that to your kids. You know, I don't know what's going on with you, but like with God, like when He allows you to see something, it's because He's gonna give it to you later on if you do the correct thing. For example, if you eat your vegetables, you're gonna get the treat at the end. And I know that I'm gonna have a Lamborghini sooner rather than later, and obviously it's not before. I wanted a Huracan, which is the one that I actually drove, which was the one that I was staring at for so long, like during the flight. But now actually, like, I like the car. It was one of the smoothest rides I ever been on. I don't know when people say, oh, when I drive a Lambo I feel the road, I feel the floor. I didn't feel nothing. Yeah, I only felt luxury. That's all I felt: luxury, excitement, happiness, and joy. But now I want an Aventador, because when I stop and think about it, you know, if I'm gonna own a Lamborghini, the doors, they have to go up. I'm sorry, but they just do, you know. So you're kind, you're nice, you're great, you're amazing, but the doors they don't go up. So when I buy a Lambo, obviously the doors, they're gonna have to go up, baby. You know how we do. So the most important thing from this is, like, I just want to give the glory to God and thank Him, because I know that was like Him. And it would be very unfair of me not to share this story with you and tell you like the main reason, because I didn't do anything to deserve being in the Lambo on that day. Like, I did not do anything. I didn't pay for it. I didn't even rent it. I don't own it, you know. I just, you know, it was basically a blessing which came through someone else, and I gotta thank that person too, obviously. Secondly, but I just gotta thank Him, the one and only God, for allowing me to experience that and just giving me a little sensation of the future, you know, a little taster. But, you know, that's it for me today, guys. I just wanted you to know the real reason behind it, and not just, you know, look and see me driving in a Lambo and go to sleep or whatever and think, oh, Ryan Arthur is doing good or whatever. Nah, that's not the whole point of the video. The whole point of the video is just so you know what is possible, or so you know how things happen when you walk with God, or when God walks with you. With that being said, guys, I'm done. I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.